It's always so hard to know which stories to share. My vagina has lived a storied life. I used to say it was broken, scarred, but now I say storied instead. I'd like to say she's kind of like a cat of nine tails, but this pussy has lived at least a dozen lives, or more. My vagina barely remembers being fingered in the bathtub by Dad, because that was in the shadow time, before memories are solid. Just melty murmurs that toss and turn when I try to sleep. Background noise to the night terrors of being paralyzed by his weight, unable to move or scream. She sort of recalls the hot, bony crush of drunken man laps being passed around like a rag doll, shrinking inside from their crudeness. But these are not the stories I came to tell you tonight. I've already told them over and over. I've already lamented the loss of my favorite, so cute little pink nightie, torn by my first rapist at 9, having to stay quiet so as not to wake my sister sleeping next to us. I've already raged about being choked and torn apart on the riverbank outside Storyville by the stranger I probably shouldn't have left the club with at 18. And I've already shared the shoring up it took to repair after being drugged in a bar, mugged on the street, coming to the next morning in a solitary jail cell, where I absolutely am sure that I was not alone, and where I most certainly died a little bit inside. See, my vagina, she has way better stories to tell. She's danced naked in the eye of a hurricane and rolled around in soft moss like a wood nymph, luring young partners to a siren song of porn moans. She's well-traveled, too, and she likes to dress in velvet and leather. She's left wet spots in at least 8 countries, in tents and trains and trucks and dive bar bathrooms. Shit, she's even a member of the Mile High Club. My vagina, she survived cervical cancer, 3 days of labor for childbirth, and 2 sexless marriages. Onward. My vagina is resilient. Not a wounded warrior, but a resurrected rebel. Born again and again and again. In the wild, watery depths of each holy orgasm, where past and future dissolve while worshiping the universal union of here and now. Yes, my vagina, she is mother, maiden, crone, all in one day and sometimes all at once. See, my vagina is not just a survivor. She's a thriver. Determined to begin again, to discover new delights. And she refuses to be defined by the toxic plot twists along the way. Oh yeah, back to stories. So when my mother was the age that I am now, she Googled me for the first time. Oh boy. And what she found was my writings about dildos and porn and anal sex for Anything That Moves, a journal of bisexual lifestyle. There you go. You can Google it if you know my maiden name. I took her toy shopping that year, and she bought her first vibrator to test out my defiant rejection of her proclamation at that point that if you've had one orgasm, you've had them all. And I do believe if you ask her today, she's a convert. Now reveling in the vibrancy of her post-menopausal, might as well live it, reunions with long-lost lovers, knowing she needs none of them. Oh, and this year, my amazing teen daughter wished me Happy Mother's Day, observing, I must be a great mama because she's not pregnant, she hasn't even been raped yet, so yay! So wise, so knowing at such a young age. I must be doing something right. My vagina, she giggles as we groom for new lovers. Careful not to shave too close to that bareness of little girl puffy exposure. She tingles at the choosing and reminds me to be present in my body when my mind wanders. See, my vagina and I, we're doing just fine. More than fine. We're amazing. We're busy. We're creating our own best life every day, or at least most days. You can't win them all, right? So we've been through a lot, my vagina and I, and we've been called a lot of nasty things. But anxiety be damned. Fuck being called a bitch. We will not absorb that shit. We are not broken. We are whole. My vagina flourishes in great part through swapping stories like these tonight, in an ever-expanding and contracting rhythm of a fluid, nourishing vagina village. A lot of that village is here tonight. You all know who you are. Old Boys Network be damned, because women banding together are strong as fuck. Yeah, me too, and you too, all of you. I'm thankful every day for all of the women in my life who've got my back, and all my other parts too. My vagina is evolving, emerging, unfolding, reinvigorating, revitalizing, and shivers with anticipation of the new stories we're gonna make ahead. My vagina is not defined by any one story. None of us are. We're all interconnected conglomerations of our storied lives, dancing like stardust, lighting the cosmos. All right, let's do this, y'all. You thought you were just gonna get to sit and listen? Now you get to share your stories, all of them. So let's play a little game. Yeah, you, get out your phones and open a text message to someone, anyone in your vagina village. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it first. Okay, you're gonna type, my vagina is, there it is, okay. And then you're gonna pick whatever phrase comes up as the suggested next thing. Mine says, my vagina is so not right. And if you like what you got, or you have another story to share, first of all, you can come see me at intermission because I want to hear what you got. But if you really like it, help Planned Parenthood out. Here's what you do. You copy it and you paste it into your favorite channel with the hashtag, you listening? Here we go. Hashtag PPTNM cares. Planned Parenthood Tennessee Memphis cares. And we light the cosmos together tonight.